Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, tonight got a little strange. CMC made everyone billionaires and triple or trillionaires for quite a little bit before it corrected. But overall, Bitcoin is coming up. Altcoins are coming up. So, I want to talk about 4 crypto projects that have big stuff going on. And they are Solana, Algorand, Chainlink, and Avalanche. So let's do this. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what? I gotta say something. I gotta get off my chest right away. It's a very, very unfortunate opportunity that someone missed out on. So, you guys know that I've been building CryptosRUs, building the brand, trying to go in a lot of different directions. I found this promising guy on TikTok, and I thought he would make a great host for my TikTok channel and possibly even help me create some really cool DeFi videos. Yeah, he just he completely threw my gesture and my opportunity right back at me without even realizing what he's missing. Unfortunately, that's the case. Anyways, just want to get that off my chest because I thought he just missed a golden opportunity. All right, let's do this. Bitcoin is at 47,900, right? Obviously, I said just I don't know, like an hour ago, CMC just like shot up to the moon. Everyone was going crazy. Everyone thought they became billionaires for a second or trillionaires. And then things corrected. I don't know what happened. It did. But there's a lot of screenshots and stuff. But what is better is Bitcoin shot up. So it's around 40. Is this stuck? It looks like it's kind of stuck. No, it's just not updating for some reason. I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing it's still at 47.9, but looks like this is stuck and not moving. But anyways, things are looking better, right? On CMC, they have fixed themselves. Things are back to normal, and we are in recovery mode. However, because of this last week, of course, there's a lot of buying opportunities. Now, I know the one thing that everyone is eyeing on right now is this Fed report tomorrow, right? What is Fed Chairman Powell going to announce? Is he going to raise rates sooner than expected? Is there any other surprises that may come out? I don't know. But it seems like people are betting that it's going to be a nothing burger and that we will just continue on. Right? And whatever tapering and rates that he wants to do, the rate hikes will be according to plan and not accelerating. Right? That's what it's looking like. But of course, it could change. And even if it does change, let's say he does something drastic and scares the market and could bring down the equities market and bring down crypto market, it's okay because we know Bitcoin is strong. It's only getting stronger, and it's definitely the future, and so is Web 3.0 and crypto. So overall, it is still something worth holding on to. All of this is worth holding on to. All right, let me talk about a few pieces of news and then get into these 4 crypto projects, these altcoins. Number one, besides the Fed decision tomorrow, it looks like the debt ceiling got raised by $2.5 trillion. So the current deficit in the U.S. is already $28.9 trillion, and it's going to be raised by another $2.5 trillion. It looks like that way. I mean, this is being sent to Biden now for approval. But I mean, this is a lot. I think this year the debt ceiling got raised like 3 times already. It just seems like we keep hitting it. And every time we raise it, we run out of money and we have to print more trillions. I mean, it just seems like this is nonstop, right? Like this is nothing. But every single trillion that gets printed is diluting what's already out there, right? This is why so many economists and Wall Street and hedge fund guys are so worried about inflation, because it's definitely real. It's been going up and it's going to get worse, right? And that is why Bitcoin, the hardest asset on planet Earth, is gaining so much attention. Okay, so this happened. What else happened? Well, breaking news on crypto.com, CryptosRUs.com, not crypto.com, CryptosRUs.com. Lemonade, which is a very, very popular insurance company for millennials, there was some mistake. People thought that they actually bought Bitcoin, but they did something that's similar. They bought a company that bought Bitcoin. So technically now Lemonade owns Bitcoin on their balance sheet, right? So not as good, but close enough. So the number of companies that's also holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet is growing, right? Along with institutional buying and family offices and VCs and hedge funds and whatever else there is, they're all adding to their balance sheet. So this is also positive, moving Bitcoin in the right direction by making it more and more scarce. What else is there? Well, this is interesting. The smart versus dumb money correlation, and the gap is the largest it's ever been. And that's actually a really good bottom indicator. I showed a variant of this chart before, and I didn't quite understand it, but someone broke it down now between smart money and dumb money and the gap between. And you could see that whenever the gap is basically, near opposites to each other, meaning that smart money basically is holding while dumb money is selling off. When you see that gap, generally speaking, you see Bitcoin rise up tremendously. So it happened before when Bitcoin was like around, well, this was a very long time ago, back in 2015 when Bitcoin was still like $300. And then you could see from that point, it went up to 20,000. And then it happened again when Bitcoin hit $3,000. And then we know what happened, 3,000 to 68,000, right? And guess what? Right now, it's indicating the same darn thing, the same pattern where dumb money, retail, have sold off while the smart money, the holders, have been buying. And that gap is the widest it's ever been in Bitcoin's history. So, what does this mean? That means it's bullish AF. I can't say what AF means. You guys know what that means. But this could be a bottom indicator and could indicate that a rise up is right around the corner. Maybe starting next week. Maybe it starts tomorrow after the Fed decision and it turns out to be a nothing burger. Maybe that starts. Maybe it starts last week, or maybe it starts in 2022, but it's coming. It is coming, so strap on, all right? Don't go anywhere. Make sure you don't miss out on this next leg up. So very, very positive. Very positive. And lastly, this is interesting. This is measuring BTC dominance. Some of you guys may have noticed BTC dominance started rising up a little bit, right? Mostly because of fear and panic, FUD. Whenever there's a lot of FUD, BTC dominance usually goes up. So this is actually charting it, calling a triple bottom on BTC dominance. And if this is true, and you can actually chart dominance, well, that means Bitcoin is going to go back up to about 47% from where it is now, about 41%. That means Bitcoin's going to get stronger for some foreseeable future. And if it continues on, this is what usually happens after a triple bottom. It goes up and up and up, right? So could this mean that Bitcoin dominance will rise up tremendously? Maybe because of an event like this, where the next huge run is around the corner and it pushes Bitcoin upwards. Maybe. Charting Bitcoin dominance is, I don't know. I don't know if I trust it entirely, because it has a lot to do with how the altcoins do, right? And we know Web 3.0, DeFi, NFTs, L1s are all getting hotter and hotter. So I don't know if I trust this completely, but we'll see. If this is true, it's good for all Bitcoin holders out there, right? Okay, now let's talk about the 4 altcoins, the 4 projects that have big news. And you may be aware of them, but I'm going to cover them anyways because they're all fantastic. All right, number 1, let's talk about Solana. Solana has been sold off quite a bit within the last 30 days. You could see that it's down about 34%. And for the last 90 days, it's only up 3%. However, let's not forget that it is up 8,600% for the year. But within the last 90 days, pretty much all the games has been wiped out. But that's actually not bad compared to some of the others like Cardano, which the last 90 days down 50%. And XRP is down 27%. And Polkadot is down 27%. Doge is even down 26% despite today's gain, right? So it's not that bad, but it's not that good either. But there are big things coming to Solana right now, right? Once upon a time, Solana was the hottest L1 out there. It has cooled down, but it may get hot again. So Solana Ventures announced a new $150 million fund for blockchain gaming. So now GameFi is a real thing because play-to-earn games is really starting to get hot, mostly because of metaverses, right? Or single metaverse or multiple metaverse, however you want to define it. Gaming is going to be huge, especially when you have a lot of in-game items. They're all NFTs that could be owned and traded and sold for real value, not just in-game value, for real value. It definitely adds a twist to games, right? Solana obviously wants to take advantage. And this Ventures, which is an investment farm of Solana, actually came out because of this investment. There is a new gaming startup called Forte that raised $725 million. And it's from Solana and several other chains, including Polygon. And that's because Forte is doing exactly that. They're a company that's going to help other game makers get involved with Web 3.0, with NFTs, with becoming decentralized, right? So Solana definitely does not want to miss out on that opportunity, investing in a very hyped up project, and they announced a huge $150 million fund to entice game makers to come aboard. Now, that's not the only thing. Justin Kan, who is a co-founder of Twitch, also started a new marketplace called Fractal. And this is a whole marketplace for just gaming items. Okay, gaming items and various other things that you could use inside metaverses, right? So this is also coming to Solana, very hyped up right now. So it could bring a lot of attention to Solana as well as everything else, right? And let's not forget some of the hottest metaverse or play-to-earn games that's coming out will be coming out on Solana as well. For example, Star Atlas. A lot of people have asked me about Star Atlas. What do you think about it? What do you think about it, right? So far, the graphics look amazing, right? I don't know how the game will be, but there's a lot of hype around it. Well, guess what? This is on Solana. Another one, DeFi Land, which is kind of like, I gotta say, it's like DeFi with Decentraland kind of combined, I think. These, if you play, you have to be in a beta, so I can't see what it is. But according to their text over here, agriculture simulation game to gamify decentralized finance. So you got everything involved, right? But again, it sounds like a metaverse of some kind. And recently, Audius formed a partnership with them, right? So this is also on Solana. So you got a lot of stuff going on Solana, okay? And of course, you look at everything else, Solana is one of the only L1s that pretty much has every single thing covered, from AMMs to lending projects to various wallets, yield farming, and NFT games and metaverses and stable coins. I mean, they really have everything, right? Others are still trying to catch up. They have the complete package. So, first one is Solana right now being sold off hovering around 160, way off from their previous high, which I don't have up here, but it was around 220, right? So, pretty attractive buy at this point. All right, next one, let's go down a little bit to Algorand. Algorand is sitting over here, also not doing so well the last 30 days or 90 days. Down 30% for the last 90 days, right? So they have shown some weakness, but there are good things within Algorand. For example, their very first lending protocol and algorithmic stablecoin, right? This is part of ALGO, very hyped up right now, will be coming soon in 3 days, right? So we saw what happened when the Mayor Dex came out with Algorand, pushed it up in a major way. So this could be also a catalyst for Algorand. So algorithmic stablecoins are great for DeFi, and lending protocols are great because it locks in tokens, gives a lot of people yield, right? And also overall just helps, takes tokens or coins out of circulation. So this is pretty big. It's coming up in 3 days. Also, they also have a huge fund, a 300 million fund. And it's concentrated on 3 pillars: DeFi, bridges, and AMMs, right? Actually, it's more than that. DeFi, bridges, AMMs, and borrowing and lending. So it's really 4 things. But overall, this fund will be used to draw in dApp makers to Algorand, which is a fantastic thing. Also, I don't know if you guys picked up that, hey, El Salvador, their Shivo app, is running on Algorand, and El Salvador plans on putting their whole government infrastructure on top of Algorand. So Algorand, also their leader, has been traveling Latin America a lot, making a lot of strides and inroads with all the countries within Latin America. So they are having, they're building out their presence, I guess, worldwide, not just in the US. And they also have NFTs too, because, for example, this is a project people have asked me about too, Oculus, which is a DeFi NFT play for musicians. They already have a few artists. Well, this is launched on Algorand, right? So there's a lot of NFT stuff, projects on Algorand too, right? Not so much play during games, but I'm pretty sure that's also coming. So number 2 at Algorand, they have a lot of stuff going on too, also oversold, right? So, which is why I think it's a good buying opportunity right now. All right, next up is Chainlink. Okay, where's Chainlink at? Chainlink has fallen quite a bit here. Let me see. It's at 24. They happen to be under Algorand. Oh, wait, before I move on, let me make sure any of these super chats don't disappear. Jack, I'm thinking about that. I don't know what picture I would use, though. It has to be PG-13. ADA at $1 looks like a good buy until it dumps to 30 cents. It's not going to happen. It's not going to dump to 30 cents. Techno Roadmap brings core components and network infrastructure to Solana, partnership with Metaplex. No, I did see that. Why Render recently pumped up is because they're getting involved with metaverses and partner up with Solana, but their main premise still doesn't make any sense. Shared GPU rendering and the cost of it and the fact that it's running on top of Ethereum, so it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I just don't like it. All right. Now, moving on. What about Chainlink? Well, Chainlink also, sold off tremendously. 42% within the last 90 days. 46% in the last 30 days, right? What is going on? Well, there's nothing really going on. I think Chainlink is just one of those projects people don't find very sexy. They're like, what does Chainlink do? Why is it so important, right? There's many other oracles out there, but people don't realize that Chainlink by far is the biggest oracle out there. It's the biggest data network in terms of fetching data from on-chain and off-chain, right? So case in point, they partner up with AccuWeather. So now any projects, right, that need to know the weather, they could grab it from Chainlink. And this is one of thousands of examples, okay? For example, there is, where is it? This one. There's 1,000 integrations already. This is on-chain data and off-chain data. And what's unique is they're multi-chain. They're connected to many, many chains. Of course, you have Ethereum, you have Solana, now you have Harmony, which means that developers can grab data from any chain. And you could use it to push data too if you wanted to, because they have their own bridge setup. So people don't realize how vast and how big Chainlink is, right? So they just announced that they're live on Harmony and they're live on a dozen other chains right now, right? So they're absolutely huge. And also someone is doing some TA on Chainlink right now saying that, hey, it's looking like it wants to break out, just like the 2018 bear market. And if this holds true, it's going to be rising up. So that's also pretty positive for Chainlink. So overall, Chainlink is like a blue chip that no one should ignore. It's not very sexy, right? But it's definitely a necessity. If Chainlink disappeared, I mean, every single DeFi project would literally stop working right now. That's how important they are. They are absolutely enormous and essential to DeFi right now. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. All right, next up is Avalanche, which is sitting a little bit higher. It's up good percent, 14% today because they got some good news. Obviously off from the previous high around 140, 150, I believe, right? But they are moving and they have been doing much better in the last 90 days, still up 52%. And of course, the last, year to date, about 2,300%. But I really love Avalanche after I really understood what they're about. I think they have really good potential, Solana potential, right? It could definitely move higher, get to where Polkadot is and Cardano. Still early. But let me talk about those news. First of all, USDC launched on Avalanche today. And that's very important. You have to have stable coins, right? In every single chain, you need stable coins because it's essential for DeFi. People use stable coins. And it's also important because you could transfer the stable coins between chains, right? So now you could transfer between Avalanche and say, Ethereum and others, makes it easy to bridge liquidity between, right? So that's very important, but also just important overall for DeFi. Also, they're launching support or partnering up with Fireblocks, which is a custodian. And I believe Fireblocks is the one that Celsius used. But more important than that, Fireblocks is holding assets for more than 650 banks, hedge funds, and financial institutions, and now all of them can hold Avalanche within their custody service too. And there might be even more integrations with other things that they're working on. So this is also pretty important, and this just happened not too long ago. Also, they are beefing up their marketing. You could see right here, New York City subway, a lot of Avalanche marketing material, right? And you may laugh at this, but look at what it has done for Crypto.com. It certainly works if you blanket enough marketing out there. And also, I want to mention that their Rush program, which is an incentive program to boost projects within, the DeFi ecosystem, is still ongoing. I forgot the original amount. I think it was $100 million, right? So they just invested $3 million in Stake DAO, which is a DAO, DAOs are very hot right now. So there you go. Avalanche still has a lot of stuff going on. It may seem like they're a mature project. No, they're still forming their ecosystem, and there's a lot more to come. So number 4 is Avalanche. So that's really wanted to talk about. Besides these 4 projects, obviously, the last week or two has really brought down, and you think about it, it's really like a time machine. It brought us back like maybe 60 days, 30 to 60 days ago, right? So the best way to think about it is if you ever wanted a time machine to go back in time to buy something because it's going to go up, well, we're in one of those situations, right? For me, I believe Bitcoin is going to go up, go higher. I believe most of the coins I talk about and concentrate on, the good ones, will also go up and continue higher, right? So the best way to think about it is you just stepped yourself into a time machine. Now you went back about 2-3 months ago, and now you get to pick up these coins at those same prices, and you're able to ride it out into this future and make tremendous gains, right? That's the best way to think about it. All right, now before I get into Q&A, I do have a new sponsor, and they are SmartKey. SmartKey, and they're interesting for a couple reasons. They're called S-Key, but they're really smart key. So they are combining several things together. Oracle system, Bluetooth, and DeFi, all three into one to create something called a smart NFT, or also aka a smart access key. And why is this important? Because we know there's a lot of smart systems out there, but every single one has their own app, their own communication system, their own protocol, and it's just a mess. They don't talk to each other at all. So case in point, you may have smart home devices like Google, a lot of Google devices. You may have a lot of Alexa devices. Do they talk to each other? No. And you could have security system from Blink or whatever else is out there. I can't think of the Ring. And you have all these IoT devices supposed to be part of a smart home. None of them talk to each other, right? That is what Self-Key, their network, is trying to do. They're trying to come up with a communication system that bridges all these systems together using their access key and their smart NFT. And also what they're trying to do is they're not only working within the ecosystem, the blockchain Web 3.0 ecosystem, they're also working with manufacturers, for example, like Kia, car manufacturers, and even Airbnb, so that you could use this smart key to basically tap into, say, door locks or car diagnostic or how to start your car. There's a lot of stuff that you could do with it. So, and then lastly, I just want to talk about, they do have a challenge, which is basically the best way to think about it is a hackathon, a $1 million prize pool. And this is going on, and they will be rewarding that to 10 different projects. So, of course, there's a certain deadlines in terms of applying, right, and being evaluated and call for mock-ups and finally the grand finale. And these are the 6 categories they want, projects to concentrate on: smart city, DeFi, Oracle, NFT, security, sharing economy. So that's Smart Key in a nutshell. If you want to learn more about them, their URL is in the description of this video. All right, guys, that is it. Let's do some Q&A. Hey, I got some big news about XRP. I know a lot of you guys are XRP. You're dying for more XRP news. I have a potential partnership coming up, right? And it's one of the only exchanges that offers XRP. So just wait for that. I will be announcing that in the future. So that's very positive for you XRP fans. And also, I have a very informative video that will show you at the end of this video, end of this stream, because it's, number one, very informative. Number two, gives you a clue on my end of year giveaway for 100 entries. So you don't want to miss that. And that happens to be on CryptosRUs.com. All right, let me scroll up, making sure I don't miss any chats. Armando, a new member, welcome. ALGO partnership with Poke T, Web 3.0 data relay. Okay, interesting. I never heard of that project. John says I'm the best in YouTube, on YouTube. I appreciate that. I can't disagree. Full moon coming up. Oh no. Any thoughts on Pi project and upcoming mainnet? No, I never got into Pi. I don't know. It always sounded fishy to me because there's too many people that are trying to talk, or it's not this one, right? Palan, or there was another project called Pi. Maybe you're talking about this one, but I don't think so because this is ultra low cap. But a lot of people have been asking about Pi before, and I just always ignored it because it just seemed too fishy. Too many people were trying to shill it. Should I sell my Doge? Well, you know what? Today I got a good bump because of Tesla taking Doge for merchandise. Will it come down? I don't know. I think it will. Honestly, I think it will. That does not mean you should sell it, but just know that this temporary pump will probably go away. And the money will probably flow in other projects that have more promise at this point. That's my honest opinion. I still stick by, I like SHIB better than Doge. There's nothing being developed. Nothing exciting. Right? What happened to this Ethereum bridge, supposedly? I don't hear anything about it. right? At least Sheeb, they're trying to get into games. They're trying to expand out their Shiba swap. They're expanding their NFT collection, right? They're working on bridges. So Shiba at least is doing something with their war chest. Doge, on the other hand, I don't know. Elon seems to be the only one that is at the driver of them right now. So yeah. Time Machine, Algorand will be over 300 by Friday. Ride listing on DEX. Ride is Hollow Ride, right? First one on Algorand. Algorand will be over 300 by Friday. Where's Algorand at? Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. A good recovery today, 12%, but yeah, it was a little bit higher before. But, you know, Algorand looks very promising too. Kevin, thank you. I don't know what you're laughing at. I forgot what I said, but, you know, thank you. Flossie. I think we all are. Can I do a video on Ravane? No, because I don't like that project. I don't like it at all. Wait, RVN, is it Ravencoin or Ravane? Yeah, it's Ravencoin. I don't like Ravencoin either because it helps people come out with security tokens. And security tokens are no good. No good at all. You know, it reminds me because there's a project that pitched me. Supposedly this developer that's go build some crazy high-rise in the middle of Silicon Valley. And on their website, they said, you know, we're selling security tokens. So basically, we're going to use your money to build this building, and you go get a dividend or some kind of rewards, right? But they clearly states it's a security. And I'm like, how did he get around? How did he get around the security law? Did you go through the SEC and get approval? And they dance around that question saying, no, we're going for this. I'm like, you said clearly it's a security. That means you need to get SEC approval. And then they stop emailing me. Right? There's just so many scams out there. You got to be careful. You got to use your common sense sometimes. Because these guys, you know, they just don't want to throw one over you. A lot of people, including myself, are unable to move Cadena off KuCoin. They claim wallet. Yeah, they just opened up. Last minute, I just saw it on Twitter. They opened it up. There's no worry. There's no need to worry. Have you heard of Tanks? Cross tournament beta today on Polygon. Small cap worth a punt. You know what, Aaron? I'm not going to look at it because it's probably a very micro cap. So micro cap stuff I'm not looking at right now. So VVS. It looks okay, except the AMMs don't really move right now. So VVS is the very first on a Kronos chain, very first AMM, I should say. I hate that token denomination. I mean, that's just way too high. So they like built in, I don't know what they did. Look at their fully diluted versus their market cap. They only released 1% circulating supply, and that's a big red flag. Even though they're supposed to be the first AMM on Kronos, they made themselves look like a NFT / meme coin. So yeah, I'm not so sure about them. Realm, really small cap. I'm assuming this is some kind of NFT play. Yep. Create and explore your own microverse. Yeah, I've seen this before. Where you could create your own metaverse wherever you go. I've seen this. I don't know if this is going to catch on, though. Because you're creating a lot of these metaverses, and you know, I think people like to be part of something set, like one world with limited amount of land, right? It could work out. I don't know if it will though. Let's see. Donkey Finance. I'm not gonna look at that. Do you guys? I feel like people that send super chats wants to just show their small cap or micro caps. Come on, let's get some real questions here. Was torn between buying BTC and showing some support with this donation, but without you, I would I've sold my BTC in June. Here's a drink on me. I appreciate it, Noah. I know you're a regular. You've been sending a lot of super chats, and I do appreciate it. Thank you. The Shiba team behind UFO? No, they're not. Thoughts on UFO? It's interesting. The founder just actually reached out to me. UFO is a promising project that is going to be on Cadena. So it does look like, they're kind of hyped up, play to earn game. But I need to learn more about them. But they do have a lot of traction, and they're quite big already, right? 561 million market cap. However, unlike the other one I just looked at, VVS, take a look. Their circulating supply is 100%. So whatever they have is already out. So that's really good. There's no more unlocks or releases, right? So despite that, that's pretty good. Diluted is the same as market cap, unlike VVS, where it was like 7 billion diluted and 20 million regular market cap. So I have to do more research into them, but they do seem promising. They do seem very promising. Harmony has integrated with Chainlink. It's now live. Yep, I just covered that. How far could DOT go? Pretty far. They're also one that has been massacred within the last 30 days, and really they should not have, but they were. But that could mean that they could be turning around. They still have their parachain auctions. They still have a really good setup. And they do have many projects already, like DEXs and so forth, right? So, and Engine is trying to come up with their Infinity chain too. It may have been approved already. Can I find Cadena's Crypto.com volume? Well, I should list it in here right now. Let's see, market. Yeah, it's not listed for some reason. Interesting. I don't know why. I mean, they were listed on Crypto.com, but I guess CoinMarketCap just never added them. This is also pretty enticing. KDA under 10. I think they have a lot of room left for sure. All right. What else is there? What's going on with Flexa? Not really anything. I mean, they are still expanding out, but keep in mind they are pretty big already, 2 billion market cap. So they certainly ran up this year, year to date. Look at that. I mean, they started a year at 0.009 cents, right? And they are 0.04, so almost, 500%. So they ran up quite a lot. But right now, it just comes down to usage, right? Getting more retailers to accept Flexa. And the more that do, the more AMP will be used. So, last few questions. I like Crypto.com a lot. I think they're going to continue on their run once the market picks up again. If you only have $100 to $200 to DCA every week or bi-weekly, besides BTC, how many altcoins would you DCA into? Well, I would say if you're conservatively, you're just starting out, right? I would say just stick with like 5 coins. There's nothing wrong with just sticking with BTC, but I think BTC and Ethereum is a must. And I would throw in like 3 other coins. And if I had to choose what they are, I would choose probably Solana, Avalanche, and Terra. So that would be the top 5. And if I had to pick 6, I would pick Binance Coin. Milkmaida is going Cardano mainnet tomorrow. Well, that's not important. What's important is Sunday swap and making sure that DEX is fully operational. Gold Soul, yep. Thoughts on NEM? Never liked that project. Never really understood it. Supposedly it was big in Japan. I don't know if it still is. Do you think it's possible this cycle extends into May? Yep, definitely possible. Anything is possible. Once we move into 2022, it's like we reset. We are out of this 4-year pattern, and we are moving into the 5th year. So it's going to be really different. We don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is Bitcoin is going higher. Bitcoin's going higher because fundamentals keeps improving and global adoption keeps going up. And that means supply is decreasing and demand is going up. And you know what that means, right? All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Basil. congratulations. All right. Oh, I got that very informative XRP video. Okay. If you're playing the giveaway, you want to earn that 100 entries. This is a clue. 3 characters. Okay. 3 characters. And enjoy.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.